All right, so tonight's agenda. Why Craigslist? We're going to learn what you should never do on Craigslist, and we're going to learn what will work for you or for your life mobile business on Craigslist. So some pretty simple stuff, nothing too tech at all. Anybody can do this, and this is a way to get massive traffic and a lot of people, talking to a lot of people. All right, so let's start with why Craigslist. Number one, it's ranked 9th in the US for traffic. So a lot of people are hitting up Craigslist. They're going to be there, and this is a way to kind of stand right in their path. And that's the secret online in general. To make money online or do well in business online, you have to be in the path of a lot of people. People use Craigslist for multiple needs. It's not something they come there to do just one thing. You know, they don't just sell cars. They sell cars, they buy things, they look for piano lessons, they look for jobs, they ask, you know, they put jobs up there. I mean, it's just so many different uses that people come back over and over and over again, and they don't look in the same spot every time. So there's a lot of value to the Craigslist site for people like us that want to grow our business. It's really easy to use. If you can email, you can use Craigslist. It's very, very simple. They've done a great job of just making it easy. It's also kind of hypnotic. People search for stuff they don't want. I don't know if you've ever been on Craigslist, but at first maybe you'll go on there with a mission, like, okay, I'm going to find a set of tires. And then all of a sudden you start reading all the titles, and there's some weird stuff, and you get kind of pulled down rabbit holes. You just like looking at other people's weird posts, and then you just check out some other stuff. And people do this. They spend a lot of time on Craigslist, and I know for a fact that they really, really search far back, because I've done ads, and I'll have results from ads that I put up a month ago. So you know they're looking for 30 days back, 40 days back. People really, really just peruse Craigslist. Okay, so what actions will cause you to get ghosted? Now, in addition to being ghosted, you can be completely banned, but you'd be ghosted a lot first. All right, so posting more than 2 times within 48 hours. Now, I know some of you out there probably use Craigslist, and you're like, I've done that more than, I've posted 6 ads in 48 hours. These are not rules set out by Craigslist. Craigslist will not give you a list of what is going to cause you to get ghosted. These numbers and facts I'm giving you are just from trial and error, lots of other people testing, and what people put together. This is, if you stay within these safe, abide by these rules, you have less of a chance of getting ghosted. There's nothing set in stone. It's not concrete, so I don't want you guys saying, I only posted, 2 times and I got ghosted. They'll ghost you for weird things. But so posting more than 2 times within 48 hours, if you do it once in a while, it's okay, but if you make a habit of it, it'll definitely they'll raise some eyes, and they'll notice what's going on. Posting the same ad over and over again. So you have to remember how Craigslist is supposed to be used as a classified site, somewhat to find a babysitter, to sell a crib, to sell your car, to look for a job, or those sort of things, to, like I said, to find lessons or get someone to come, help your computer. It's not meant to be a billboard for advertisements. It's a free site for just people to do business on a very personal level. So they don't want a business to come in and post the same ad over and over again like a commercial, just getting in front of people. But we're going to do that anyway. But you just can't do it too much. All right, that's why you have to stay with within these guidelines. Okay, so linking lots of different ads to the same web page. So let's say you listen to my warning and you're not posting the same ad over and over again. You're using different words or different pictures or different titles, but you're linking them all to the same web page. This sets red flags off right away, and Craigslist realizes that it's the same person doing basically the same ad, because you're sending them to the same spot. So if you were doing an ad on Craigslist and sending people to your replicated website over and over again, you are potentially going to get ghosted, and those ads won't go up because they know you're just spamming Craigslist over and over again with the same ads. But let me tell you one step further. If I was posting to my replicated website, which is lifemobile.net/something, and so they saw that, my ads got ghosted, when you would go and try to do your lifemobile.net/something, basically that's the same website, lifemobile.net. Now I've ruined it for everybody because I started spamming with that website. So now anyone else that tries to come and use that website is going to get a red flag. Now, I'm pretty sure that a lot of people don't know that, and so I would not use your replicated website. I can guarantee if anyone else has been doing Craigslist and they're not following the rules and they're just sending people to their replicated website, Craigslist already knows to not let people go to lifemobile.net. There are plenty of workarounds for this. You can buy your own domain and have it forwarded to your replicated website. I have mine's teamfreemobile.net. If you type in teamfreemobile.net, it goes right to my replicated website. Teamfreemobile.net does not set off red flags with Craigslist, okay? Or you can do things where you don't send them to a web page and instead try to get their phone number or get them to talk to you, which I think is the easiest way, and tonight what I'm teaching is the least tech, easiest way to do Craigslist. So we're not even going to use web pages, but I just want to make sure everyone understands how you can mess it up for everyone and yourself. I'm sure someone's already messed it up for you, so I just wouldn't even use your replicated link. All right, posting outside of your local area. Now you can do this once or twice. Maybe you're traveling and you're looking for a ride somewhere in that area. They let you do it a little bit, but if you are constantly posting outside of your area, that'll set off a red flag. And they know this by your IP address on your computer. So basically, anytime you're trying to scam Craigslist, they just know. They know. So you want to post in your area. If you do paid advertisements, you can post outside of your area. And if you do post outside of your area, just do it sparingly. Using fancy icons in your titles or overhyped sales copy. Now this isn't something that their bots are going to see, but this is something that when they do have people all the time looking through the ads, and they're not going to click on every ad. What they're going to do is look at the titles and see which ones seem like a sales marketing person is trying to get you to click it opposed to a real person's ad. So don't be super hypey. Don't say like best business ever, become a millionaire overnight or whatever. You just want to be kind of normal, looking for sales reps. It's almost like you don't want to stand out so much, but you also don't want to not. There's a fine line. There's a fine line between being not seen and standing out too much. All right, posting ads in the wrong categories. Now I have to say, for us to do what we're going to do, we have to post in the wrong categories. We do, because there is a category for home-based business, but the only people that look at the home-based business category are people that are posting ads. Not so many people go to Craigslist looking to get into a home-based business. Usually they stumble across it on Craigslist. So posting ads in the wrong category will get you ghosted. We're going to have to do it. But so you just have to make sure you're not doing lots of other things too, and you're not doing it all the time. And there's ways we can kind of get around that so they don't realize that's what we're doing. If you spill the beans and in your ad you say this is a home-based, you're in put an ad in the job section, and then in your ad you say this is a home-based business, join my team. It's obvious that's the wrong section. So we want to be a little more vague and general in our ads so it won't be so obvious that we're posting in the wrong section. So getting flagged by other users or competitors too often. Now, if the user has a bad experience with your ad, like you're saying there's a job and then they click on your ad and it's obvious that you're trying to recruit them into your business, they can just flag your ad. And if it's flagged, it gets taken down. Competitors often do this too. So, if there was someone not nice in Life Mobile that didn't like that you were putting up Life Mobile ads, they could come and flag your ad and take it down too. So there's a benefit to being vague and just catching people's attention and not giving too much information, because you don't want people to realize that we are a home-based business right off the bat, and you don't want other people in other home-based businesses trying to get rid of our ads so their ads will shine. All right, using the same verbiage in multiple ads. So even if your ads are different, but they have big chunks of the same text, Craigslist has bots ad. So what should you do and where should you do it? Okay, so most people advertising on Craigslist don't know anything about marketing. They're just average people just going about their day. So right now you have a huge advantage, because just the little bit of knowledge that you're going to gain right here is going to go a long way. So you're going to learn how to kind of set yourself apart without raising too many red flags. And there's tons of answers that are right. You know, I said they're going to have less stress over their monthly bills. They're going to wake up with a sense of purpose, and they're going to have more time freedom to hang out with their friends and family. Now, the reason this is important is because when you do an ad, and this is a big deal. Most people in marketing, this is a basic general thing that everyone knows, but if you're not in marketing, you don't know it at all. When you're selling, you don't really want to sell, you don't want to sell the actual details and features of what you're selling. You want to sell the results. So there's a common phrase, I'm going to chop it up, I can't remember. It's like no one wants to buy a drill. They want the hole, right? It's not, if you're going to, you don't describe the drill. You describe the hole it's going to make, how easy, the hole, it's going to be beautiful, whatever. So same thing. This is, you don't want to talk about all the features of Life Mobile, but you do want to talk about the features that they're going to have, the benefits later on in their life. So when you're making your own ad, you want to kind of talk about some of these things, but keeping it vague because it is Craigslist, but you can add these things into your ad. All right, so another thing to consider when you're writing an ad and trying to decide where to put your ad on Craigslist is, what might people that need your service, what else might people that need your services be searching for besides your product? So, if you're selling weight loss, they might be looking for a personal trainer. If you're dealing with investments, they might be looking for mutual funds, for dummies book, or, stock trader book, something like that. So for Life Mobile in particular, what will those people be looking for? Someone that could potentially be interested in our business. There's no wrong or right answer. I'm going to give you my answers, but pick three things that you think would work. I said someone looking for a job. That's what I said. Someone that needs extra money looking for a job. Someone that was buying or selling unlocked or flashed phones. I would like someone like that in my business. I think they would understand this business and they'd be excited about it more than someone that didn't know all this stuff right away. So personally for me, that's someone I would look for. Or just people that are looking for odd or part-time ways to make money, something outside of the box. Someone that's open to new ways to make money. Like I said, there's no right or wrong answer here. I'm just kind of giving you a feel. So now I take these, and these are kind of the sections that I'm going to post in. So I'm going to post about Life Mobile in a job section. And remember, it has to be vague because this is not a job, it's an opportunity. Maybe I'm going to post something about Life Mobile in an area where people are selling phones or trying to buy phones. And I have to kind of make it congruent with that section so I don't stick out. But it can, but you can do it. You have to be creative. You can do it. Or I put it in the odd or part-time ways to make money. For me, and like I said, you probably have your own things that came up when I said, what do these people need? What does your target audience need other than Life Mobile? Okay. So you can create an ad using the information provided. The copy of your ad should consist mainly of question 1, the benefits that we were talking about, the benefits to our to being in the business, things that that's what people will be looking for. And the section that you should put your ad into is dictated both by your actual product and the answer to the second question, like where other places your target market would be. All right. So like maybe electronics. Not that we sell electronics, but I think that we could probably fit in that section. Like I said, you don't want to go crazy here because this will get you ghosted by doing, putting the wrong ad in the wrong section. But for this to work, you have to, they're not going to catch you every time. It's just that you don't want to call attention to you in like 12 different ways. Then you'll definitely get ghosted. But if you're following all the other rules and just posting in the wrong section, most likely you'll slip under the radar. So I'm going to give you some titles that I just thought of that could be a good fit, just to give you an idea of how you should be marketing your Life Mobile business on Craigslist. Now, don't copy these. I mean, you can copy them, but I mean, if everyone does, it's going to hurt you and everyone. All right. So, got a cell phone, make money easy. Now, this is one maybe I would put in an area where people are selling cell phones, because it's kind of talking about cell phones. All right. Looking for sales reps, very generic. All right. Work from home or office. I don't know what office, but if they want to call start, or you could work from home or in the field, something like that. And that's kind of someone you're looking for that would be interested in working from home or an office. Okay, and so the ad must be congruent with the title. So here I'm going to give you a couple examples. All right, so the first one, that got a cell phone, make money easy. All right, so here would be my ad. Do you have a cell phone? Of course you do. Find out how you can make money and eliminate your cell phone bill by following 3 simple steps. Not all applicants will qualify. Please respond to this email with phone number and a good callback time for more information. Okay, so what did I do? So first thing I said, do you have a cell phone? I'm staying congruent with the title because they liked the title enough to click on it. So you want to kind of allude to that and use almost the same verbiage because you know they liked it enough to click on it. So don't change course. Okay, then I kind of tell them what they could do, make money and eliminate their cell phone bill. And don't just talk about getting free cell phone service, especially on Craigslist. You are not going to get the people you want in your business. Excuse me, one second. Water went down the wrong pipe here. Okay, and then the next thing I did, this is really important. Not all applicants will qualify. Now, why would I say this? One, it makes it seem real, right? It doesn't make it seem like I'm selling something. And when you hear that, when you see that not all applicants will qualify, what does it make you want to do? Qualify. All of a sudden, you want to be one of the people that can do this. All right? This is 2-year-old mentality. Like I said, my 2-year-olds taught me so much. If you would just say, respond to this email with your phone number and a good callback time for more information, it seems like you're begging and needy and you'll just take anyone, and that's just not attractive. So not all applicants will qualify, or something to that effect. I don't know. This is just, like I said, off the top of my head, but fill out the application to see if you're a good fit, or not even that. I think saying not all applicants will qualify, something like that, is good to let them know it might be taken away from you. You can't necessarily have what I'm offering. Okay, and let's see the next one. Oh yeah, and then please respond to this email with a phone number, because you really want a phone number when I talk to them, and a good callback time for more information. Now that's good. You have to actually call them back if they're going to give you this information. So don't be scared. Don't do this ad if you know deep down you're going to be too scared to call them back. There are people that are looking for what you've got, so you should be excited about it. But so set your mind that if you get these phone numbers, you're going to call them back. Sounds silly that I'm saying that, but only about 20% of the people that actually get leads and phone numbers call them back, and I think that's actually a high percentage. I mean, my opinion's not that that's high. I'm just saying that I think I maybe overestimated. Okay. All right, here's another ad. Looking for sales reps. Very generic. All right. Local company looking for sales rep. Will train qualified individuals. Salary is commission-based. Work from home or in the field. Please reply to this email for more information. So same thing. I said, will train qualified individuals. If I would have just said, will train, do you see the difference in that ad? I'm just like, oh, we'll take you, we'll train you, anything you want, come on. This one, it says qualified individuals. What does it make you do? It makes you wonder, like, well, am I qualified? I'm probably qualified. I think so. You have that mental conversation in your head wondering if you're good enough and wanting to be good enough. So using little tricks like that helps people, first of all, feel like it's not a scam. because this is more real life. You know, real life jobs and stuff don't take just everybody. Then I tell them salary is commission based. So they're ready and prepared to know that they're not going to get hourly pay. Work from home or in the field, and then reply to this email for more information. Now, both of these ads I'm telling to you saying reply to this email. That gets around that whole issue of sending them to the wrong link. All right, you can still send them to your link, but just not yet. So they're going to reply, which people, it's so much easier just to reply because they just have to click a button right then and give some information. I just think it's not as automated like this, but I think that you won't have to worry about getting ghosted, and it's just a little bit easier for if you're not a tech person and you don't know how to set up a capture page and you don't have an email, AWeber or GetResponse, an autoresponder. If all that stuff you don't know what that is and don't have that, then this is the best option for you. Okay, so they replied. Now what are you going to do? You're going to call your leads back within 2 hours. They're shopping for your products and service, and they don't know anyone in their warm market. That's why they clicked your link. If they would have clicked your link and their friend did it, they wouldn't have called. And they'll talk to the first person who calls them back. Now you want to set up at least 5 follow-up emails so you can send out to people. If you've got an autoresponder, this will happen automatically, and you already know how to do this and send them to a capture page. But if I were you, I would have 5 emails already written with your links in them that you can send out, and just, if you're doing ads on Wednesday, all the people that respond to you, send them out, and one day, for the next 5 days, send out 1 email, and already have them written so there's not extra work. In these emails, you should direct the recipient to more information about Life Mobile and you. So the information you should send them to consists of your YouTube videos. If you don't have any, at least make one, just kind of introducing yourself. And you don't have to. If that just makes you nervous, you don't have to, but you can write an article, put it on Easy Articles, blog post, and most importantly, the Life Mobile opportunity presentation. And this would be your replicated site, with the opportunity presentation on your replicated site. So they are cookied to you, and then they can watch the opportunity. You want to make sure these people have all your contact information on every email, have everything there for them, because they're not going to read every email, and every email is not going to resonate with them. But if you send out one that really just gets them, you want all your information right there. And you really want them to click your link so they get cookied to you. All right, so you make sure you have your link in there, and say something like, click this link to learn more. You really want them to click your Life Mobile link. And why do we do this? Why do we have 5 follow-up emails? 80% of people make a purchase on their 5th touch. Now, if you don't know what a touch is, it's the 5th time you hear about a business or a product. All right, so the 5th email would be the 5th touch, and that's when 80% of people make a purchase. So if you're just, sending out 1 email, you are missing 80% of your sales. Okay, so that's why you want to send out at least 5. Make sure people get a chance to know you and your story. So more importantly than explaining every little detail about about Life Mobile, which you don't want to do. You don't want to explain every little detail about Life Mobile. What you do want to talk about is your story with Life Mobile, how it's helped you, your testimonial, stories of people around you. If you don't have your own story, you can always tell your upline story. You can tell other people's story about Life Mobile and how it changed their life, or how quickly they got rid of their cell phone bill. As long as it is a story that's true, that you can tell other people's story and just say it like that. I want to share a story about a woman that, and whatever story you know. Don't be afraid to make your videos or write articles that tell your story, because this is what makes people feel safe. If you present the video and they watch that opportunity presentation, they like it, they still need to feel safe at doing business with you, and they need to like you. And so this is how you do that. You just send out emails with links to stuff about you so they can kind of check you out, because that's what people like to do. They like to stalk and snoop around online. And you've done it. I know I've done it. kind of research someone before you do business with them or whatever, or maybe just research yourself, see how much you come up on Google, who knows. But we all know that you can find a lot of stuff out on the internet about anybody. So I'm not sure. Okay. So now what do you say when you're talking to them? So they give you their phone number, you've sent emails, but you're going to call them. Basically, you're just going to ask questions about them and their life. You are not going to sell the business. You're not going to tell them every detail and why everything's so great. Ask them. They're still, most of them are in the mindset that this is kind of a job. So you want to ask them, if they're currently working. Are they looking to change their current income level? Oh, why are they looking to change their current income level? Has there been a change in their life? Why are they open to doing something different? And this is a really important question, this why question, because then you can kind of use that later on. If they say, well, my girls are teenagers now, one's 15, one's 17, and I know they're about to go to college, and we forgot to save, and now we're looking at a big chunk of change, and so we know we've got to do something. Later on in your conversation, you can kind of throw that back out and say, well, I know you're looking for another way to get your girls into college, and I've shown you, how Life Mobile can increase your income. Now, are you ready to make a decision? Or you can just kind of throw that back when you're talking to them. Are you open to working in sales? Have you ever owned your own business? Are you coachable? Would you be excited about eliminating your cell phone bill? And then if they're a good fit, tell them, this opportunity is not for everyone. I'll send you a link to a video so you can check it out for yourself. Do you have time to go watch it now? And they'll say yes or no, or they'll give you a big excuse. And if they say no, find out when they can watch it. And don't treat your business, don't be scared to do this. It's a business, and you're going to make an appointment with someone. So a lot of people don't want to say, like, well, when can you watch it? Because you feel like you're being pushy. But have the mindset that this is your business and you're trying to set up an appointment with them. So it's not that you're begging them to watch it. You're asking them, when are you going to watch it? Because we need to make an appointment afterward. And then you say, okay, well, then I'll give you a call. And if you just ask them when can they watch it and not make an appointment, then it does feel to them and you that you're begging them to watch it, and they will not watch it. So you have to ask them when can they watch it, and then right after you say, okay, well, then I'm going to give you a call. If they say they're going to watch it at 4, I'm going to give you a call at 6. That's going to give you time, or maybe at 5. Will that work for you? And then you say, all right, I'm putting it in my calendar. It is a serious appointment, and treat it as such, and they will too. And if you don't, they won't. Okay? Now, you want to be careful, because when I say if they're a good fit for you, they need to be a good fit for you. You don't want someone in your business, if you ask them if they're coachable, and they say, I don't know, what do you mean? And you say, well, if I teach you stuff, are you willing to learn it and do it? I don't know. I don't really want to learn anything. Is that who you want in your business? Do you just want their money and then have to deal with someone that, never wants to learn anything but is upset they're not being successful? So you do have to be careful. You are interviewing for your business, because if you're really building a business, really building a team, you're going to have to work with these people all the time. And you're going to have to help them, and you're going to start learning about their family and their problems. And if they're whiny, complainy people, you're going to have whiny, complainy things in your ear all the time. So understand that these questions are real. They're not just a script to go through. These are questions to determine if this is someone you want to work with in your business, that you think your upline can help, or that you can help, So we're going to actually go to Craigslist, and I'm just going to show you, just in case some of you may have never been to Craigslist. Our posting title, I'm going to say, looking for sales reps. And I'll just keep this blank. And then, so what was my ad? We'll go back to one of my ads that I already wrote, looking for sales reps. Just put that in there. Okay, compensation, it said commission-based. All right. Yeah. And you always want this anonymous, because this is your email address, and people can use Craigslist to collect your information and then spam you. So always just keep it as anonymous. That means people can't see they can email you back, but they just can't actually tell what your email is. So continue. So this is how simple it is. Here's my ad. Local company looking for sales reps, well-trained, qualified individuals. Salary is commission-based, work from home or in the field. Reply to this email for more information.